Guys, punter Blake Gillikin is questionable tonight with a groin injury.
All right, thank you, Danny. Yeah, Blake Gillikin to injury. Chad Ryland is our kicker. And the Cardinals will start by kicking away to the Dallas Cowboys. Win in August at Seattle. And now we'll take the opening kick straight up and a big hit. Carson shots 20-yard line. You talk about a
in a row. How do you make a statement and show the coaching staff that you belong? You do it on special teams. Remember, we saw Terrell Davis do this back in his Denver Broncos days.
Phil Maffa. Wow, he took a shot. A 6th-round rookie, also your middle linebacker. Special teams. The Cowboys quarterback. Here comes a blitz. Picked up. Pass away to the near sideline. Sails over the receiver. But from the get-go, looks like...
Love the idea of bringing pressure early because it does set a tone. It lets the players on the field know that we're not just out here to be for skills. One-on-one versus running back, one-on-one in coverage, etc.
Dak Prescott not playing tonight. 4-time Pro Bowler. Well, 2nd down and 10. Milton to the near sideline. Caught on Denzel Burke in coverage. One of the big... Let's go through the defensive starters. Denzel Burke, is known as Rabbit. The Polaris Group is bringing our defensive starters, a trusted service provider and proud partner of the earth. All right, the running back is Malik Davis. And straight up the gut.
It'll be interesting to see defensive coaches. They have their tendencies. Ryan Schottenheimer, usually on earned first downs, coaches have different tendencies. You don't want to show them.
The keeper to pick up the first down turn, give, and taken down near the line of scrimmage after a gain. Can stress on defense. There's always getting after the quarterback, Sam Acho, but run defense. We're going to open with Jim Harbaugh. Niners. 2nd down and 8 to the air. Milton far sideline, and it is caught and taken down far sideline.
Well, the best way to be good on run defense is to be good early in the downs. When you're in these 3rd and 1 to 2 situations, that was the 3rd one. Another 3rd one makes it hard to stop the run, and so you have to be stronger early in downs. 1st and 2nd down makes it easier for you as well.
Milton from under center, man in his face, throws on the run wide open. He's got the tight end on the far side. He's into Cardinals territory. 18.
One thing that I've noticed defensively is the Cardinals tend to struggle covering things to the flat. Well, it's 3rd and 1. You're thinking run. There's a flat defender that's
Number
not there.
Number 61 is reported as eligible. 61 eligible.
So you see the missed assignment situation. 3rd and long is usually obvious pass. 3rd and 1 to 2 could be different opportunities.
61 is the backup right tackle, Sebastian Gutierrez. 10 from the Cardinals, 40 just underway. And the give, Davis hammers the hole, and man, he plows forward through a Cardinals defender. Favor when it comes to physical.
Nice edge by B.J. Ojulari, number 9. He's the edge player. He's trying to tighten that edge. See Darius Robinson on the inside. See that edge get tight? Carson, these running backs are coming with their pads behind them, so you can't sit down in the hole. You have to bring your feet and run through it.
2nd down and 400, year 3 out of Florida. And he'll get it again. Nice hole for the Cowboys. Next level down near the 14 by Dallas. They got the run game in gear.
Paul, you talked about stopping the run. That starts on the inside, trying to slip around the block. You cannot do that, especially early in downs. You have to stay tight, stay locked in, because otherwise those gaps get too.
Cowboys on the ground again. Malik Davis cutting back up through the A-gap. Inside the 20, over in the vicinity. Gain of 4, make it 2nd down and 6.
You know, we live in a pass-happy league, right? Everybody wants to go get a sack and sack the quarterback. Well, how do you do that? Stop the run first. So far this preseason, defensively, a little bit too much of jumping around blocks.
And of course, the OC is Clayton Adams, the former Cardinals O-line coach. 2nd down and 6, Milton out of the gun. This time, the give is to Jaden Blue. Trips up near the line of scrimmage.
Last 3rd short, we saw there was a bootleg opportunity. So you have to be smart on defense. The way this drive has gone so far, so you got to be great against the run and then still be tight in coverage down in the red zone.
Clayton, he's the OC. Brian Schottenheimer, the head coach, is the play caller. On the ground, Blue, he trips again and gain of 2. And it looks Looks like it'll be 4th down and 1.
Yeah, the offense staying on the field. For a defense, this is where you get a 4th down stop. No matter how much bleeding has happened earlier in this drive, this is when you get an opportunity to bow up.
The game. Milton under center. Play fake, throw into the flat, through the hands of the tight end, incomplete. Cardinals and Cowboys. All right, Sam, take over.
We got to see that we talked about. We saw the defense stop. The offense have an efficient drive. The reason why is because the Cowboys have one of the better pass rushes in the NFL. Some of the 2s and 3s can get after the quarterback, and so if you get a lead, you don't have to worry about that pass rush. But if you don't, you got to stop the Cowboys.
Flanked by Corey Kiner to the air on 1st down, and he's going to air it out. Sideline flag flies, intended for Reggie Virgil. Intended for Virgil, penalty marker no. 66-yard drive by the Cowboys stalled to open the game. The incompletion on 4th down. A referee is John Hussey.
Illegal contact. Defense number 28. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Stairs and Danny Surek.
It's time now for our sideline report, sponsored by Fry's Food Stores. Despite going into his 8th season, this coaching staff still have back Gardner Minshew. They want to see for a 2nd straight week command in the huddle, clean operation, good timing with his footwork, and making the right, accurate.
Smith Marset in motion and a give off the right side. Cardinals keep it on the ground, and another flag flies. Cardinals game by Kiner.
Holding. Offense number 47. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
That'll be the
correction, half the distance to the goal.
I love the example that Danny just gave, that even 8-year veteran, if you're a rookie, a 2nd-year player, year 15, every opportunity you get to show what you can do is an audition. This is your tape.
That to the left. Minshew under center. And the give, Kiner wrapped up and thrown down in the backfield. It's a 2.
Talk about that world-class operation, world-class play style. Going backwards is not it. You see Josh Fryer playing that.
Here's Minshew to the air right away. Smith Marset trying to make a man miss. Nothing doing, wrapped up and dropped near the 10. Parker is the defensive coordinator, age 34. And he's the 3rd defensive coordinator for the Cowboys in 3 years after.
Yeah, Cowboys had one of the worst defenses in the NFL last year. Christian Parker, this defensive backs guru, young guy, 34 years old.
Was on 3rd and 17. Movement up front. Get a whistle and a flag.
Encroachment. Correction. Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 4.
It's James Houston. Christian Parker, the defensive coordinator, past 7 years, DB's coach, coordinator, disciple of Vic Fangio. As Corey Kiner is the running back. Flank protection, throw, downfield, picked off, receiver fell down, and going other way, Dallas with an interception out of bounds near one of the standouts to play with a takeaway.
Yeah, he's been the talk of the town for the Dallas Cowboys. Came out of Eastern Kentucky. He's so but you see the pressure in the pocket. Fehoko slips. But this defense is a turnover-heavy defense. Christian Parker wants to finish. That's an outstanding job by Revel.
Saw Simi lose his balance right there and his footing. Quarterback in the preseason. As we talked about to begin the broadcast, Cardinals came into this game 50 of 59 as a quarterback. And one interception, Milton give to Davis, looking for room to run, surges forward, inside the 10.
Right now, I'm very upset. And not just because of a turnover, but because of the going backwards, the penalties, the negative plays. If it's preseason or postseason, playoffs or not. And so far, Cardinals have been sluggish out of the gate.
39-year-old, it's 3 snap penalties. Milton to the air, look into the end zone, throwing back corner, incomplete. Receiver was out of bounds.
I understand there's interceptions, but now we're looking at these one-on-one matchups. Denzel Burke, Max Melton, are they going to be able to tackles? That's the other thing you watch, not just the score of the game, but the game within the game, one-on-ones.
3rd down and 6. The interception, pressure, stepping up, Milton buying time, pumps, throws, got a man, Davis inside the 5 and into the end zone for the 8-yard score.
Have to happen. I understand you're trying to get a sack, but you also want to win. Elliott Brown, number 41, he tries to win too early. When you're in the red zone, it has to be more of a bull rush mentality. Then, number 43, Carson Shire takes his eyes off of his work, his eyes off of his man. He's looking in the backfield, and he gets beat.
Highly paid kicker. It is up, and it is good. And the Cowboys strike first. 3 play. And this will be Jalen Brooks inside the numbers. And across the 25, falls forward near the 30. Was leading receiver in each of the first 2 preseason. For the coaches, Sam, I'd be shocked if he did not make this final 53.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. Yeah, Jalen Brooks actually draft extra juice in his game right now, but he's been so good. But so have all the receivers who have played. They've been extremely efficient.
He has the confidence to go into any wide receiver room in the league and make the final roster. Quick throw of Aldo Fairweather out near the 30 between the Cowboys and the Cardinals. Michael Gallups, CeeDee Lambs, and George Pickens, and Trey McBride. So he knows if he can compete with those guys, he's got a spot in this league.
Yeah, he's not guessing. He's not trying to figure it out. He's not a rookie trying to find his way.
Gain of 5, Brooks in motion, keep it on the ground. Kiner looking, cuts back, tries to spin out of the tackle. Instead, he is dropped.
Obviously, he's dealing with an ankle injury to solve.
3rd down and 4. Minshew out of the gun, throwing for a sideline, and sails over the intended receiver. No flag.
This is going to be the Cardinals' toughest test. Dallas, they're bringing pressure out of the slot. That pressure forced that ball to be thrown out a little bit quicker. So as an offensive line, and really a receiver drop so far. Excuse me for Arizona.
Here comes is a deep return man, and Chad Ryland is actually taking over the punter duties. Here, Danny Surek giving injury update. Over 1,000 snaps on special teams for Iowa. Hurdling a defender is Jaden Blue. Pass for a gain of 11. It will be a first down run by Blue. 5'9", 198. Round. Carson Shire, he had 1 season, you see him right there, as the starting Mike backer for Iowa was very experienced on special teams. As again, they keep it on the ground. Echo Leota, there he is in the backfield.
Those are some of my favorite plays. Those are a little bit delayed, right? They're going to be almost like this counter action. They're not expecting the backside edge player. Back's there, left tackle's not able to block him in time. Echo Leota, a free tackle for loss.
All right, that'll make it 2nd and 1 behind the sticks. Out of the gun, rifles down the middle. Incomplete, a big hit. The tight end. And shaken up. Appears to be Rabbit Taylor Demerson. You talk about seek and destroy. That is the style of football that Rabbit plays.
Fearless.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense, number 42. 15-yard penalty down.
All right, so it gets worse for Rabbit. Coons 6'8", 250. I mean, Sam, a shoulder into the strike zone, below the head and shoulders. Is it because they consider him a defensive
safety to do? The receiver's running across the middle. You're hitting him in his midsection. You're not leading with the helmet or the crown, the crown of the helmet. You play on defense.
All right, hoping for the best for Rabbit. He is down. We'll take a break. Come back to State Farm Stadium.
Making those consistently and making big plays when they're there.
Speaking of big plays, on the money, Joe Milton down 3-yard touchdown. The Cardinals pass defense. Mingo's been one of those standouts. Brian Schottenheimer the other day.
There you see Star Thomas on the outside. Joe Milton is just calm, cool, has too much jump, and is unable to catch up.
Talking about the cornerbacks, you saw Keitrell Clark, Star Thomas, and says, you know what? Let's test him from the get. Aubrey, extra point. It is good. The 3-yard to Jonathan Mingo.
So top of your screen, going to see this one-on-one operation. But I want you not just to pay attention to that. Just look at the pocket. Get chipped there, but pockets too much, and then top of the screen. You see right there, a little bit of a double move. It's hard to defend that double move when there's not enough pressure on the quarterback. So some of that is on Star Thomas, but you got to find a way to still affect it.
And of course, Starling Thomas coming off the season-ending knee injury, suffered in camp a year ago. Joe Bibb, quarterback. He's been known for arm strength, been known for athleticism, but the Cowboys talking about how much better his accuracy has been
in college. But it's not just arm strength, it's getting the ball on target. And that's what we're seeing, the improvement in accuracy becoming more of an all-around quarterback.
Cardinals offense looking to get a drive put together.
Well, we said it earlier, it's going to be a tough test for Arizona offensively. Christian, I got a chance to chat with him on the field before the game, and he's from that Vic Fangio tree, so they do a lot of disguising, a lot of, and they'll bring a safety down late. So it's going to be a tough test for Arizona.
Cardinal, as a first-time play caller, defensive coordinator, Christian Parker. Does that give you pause?
When talk about it, they talk about how smart he is. He was with Vic Fangio the last 2 years in Philly. He was with him before in Denver. So he's learned from the best to fit his own system, his own style, his own structure.
Minshew to the air, throws the near sideline, coming down to Jalen Brooks. He does.
Yeah, usually when there's new about the coach, and that's what I'm hearing. Go to Baltimore and Jesse Minter, he's talking about how much they love him. Even here, everyone loves players talk about their coaches because they're the ones that are going to be honest.
You saw Rabbit there leaving the field out of the blue medical tent and heading towards the line. Here's the back. Flag flies. He's churning his legs. He's stymied at the point of it as John Hussey, the referee, confers.
Offside. Defense. Nose guard was lined up in the neutral zone. That 5-yard penalty.
Of course, that's the backup nose guard. They have Kenny Clark as their starting nose guard, the Dallas Cowboys. And now Von Miller joins that front seven.
Yeah, that's an exciting front. Von Miller specifically. Williams deserved every penny.
Right, play fake, setting up time. Now he's going to check down underneath. Quintoriano bangs into two defenders into Cowboys territory. That'll be a gain of 9 on first down.
Yeah, if I'm here first down, that's the reason. Get that first down, get a little bit more confidence. Love the decision by Gardner Minshew to check that ball down. But early, nothing was there on the back end, but I love the aggression that he's showing.
You know, we're starting to get a lot of comments from Cardinals players, offense and calling ability. As Minshew, play fake, naked boot, throws on the run, Fairweather, and he has the first down. Minshew, play fake, he's going to go downfield himself, strike, back shoulder, Simi Fehoko, he's got it. Anybody having a better preseason than number 80, Simi? He does it again, another.
One thing I love about this route is that Fehoko, he puts his hand up, he knows he beat his guy, but he tracks the ball and he protects the ball. He keeps himself between the defender and he play. Fehoko beat the defender off the line, but then he was patient enough to find the football in the middle of the air.
All right, Cardinal. Smith Marset in motion, give Devin Hall, bound, bends it outside, and he's got clear sailing into the end zone, but a pair of...
Holding. Offense number 45. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's Rivaldo Fairweather.
This ball was supposed to go inside, so that's why Fairweather is trying to hold, because he thinks the ball's going to go inside of him, but Evan Hall, running back out of Northwestern, just came and signed it out. So Fairweather, even though the ball's supposed to go inside, you still got to keep your hands inside in order to make sure that you don't get that holding call.
Game, it's what Mike LaFleur has been talking about nonstop. You're now behind the sticks. First and goal from the 7. So Minshew has in mind here, out of the gun, looking to throw right away, does, far sideline, Brooks at the 12-yard line.
I love your point, Paul, about how reliable we're seeing this preseason, but we've seen it over the course of his career. Jalen Brooks has shown that he's dependable and reliable, but now he wants to be able to show that he is. This is an unbelievable litmus test for the Cardinals.
Second down for the Cardinals. Minshew looking, escaping, pointing, pumps, and now just tucks it, and he's out of bounds.
After that big hit in the first quarter, he's questionable to return with a ribs injury.
All right, thank you for that update. And preseason, stay off the injury report. 2 receivers break to the left, Fehoko to the right. We've seen him 2 games in a row with a fade into the end zone. Whistle.
5-yard penalty, third down.
And that is Matt Pryor.
It's the first time our meetings with Coach LaFleur. He said that a little bit of what they're doing now with some of the starters are prepping for week 1. But as I see the frustration on his face because they're playing sloppy, but it's hard to stay mentally locked in when certain guys aren't playing and certain guys are.
14-yard line of Dallas. Minshew scanning, throwing, middle of field into the end zone, and yet Fairweather into the end zone, but we'll see if it's
Pass interference, offense, number 45, 10-yard.
So defensively, Dallas was in a defense called Red 9. So a red zone D tries to find some open space, but unfortunately he extended his hands, and that's what caused that penalty.
The play sheet. What do you have on the laminated play sheet? 3rd and goal from the 23 now. Minshew checks it down. Evan Hall spins out of 1 tackle, make it 2. And find the crowd near the 20-yard line. Goal attempt after the gain of 3.
As frustrating as it is as a fan or an analyst watching, this is part of the game. Too right for them, or the opportunity isn't right for them. And so, yes, it is frustrating to watch if you're a fan of the Cardinals, but team.
38-yard field goal attempt, and that is through. And Cardinals on the board, 14. And it's taken by Phil Moffitt. The near sideline, and he'll duck out of bounds, shy of the 25. Off an eventful and costly joint practice with New Orleans this
days, and there was a lot of fights happening, helmets being thrown. Both teams got fined $500,000. Paul, what would you if you got fined $500,000? What
distributed? You know, that's where teamwork comes in, Sam. All right, everybody takes their own fair share for that one.
I'd be like, nah, man, you're paying, man. You did the
the sideline after 20 years in the sideline, Sam. I just hide in the kicker's net. That's my philosophy. All right, stoppage of John Hussey.
Timeout. Dallas. This is their 32nd timeout.
All right, now we're going to talk fight for 53 in a different way. We're not talking about between the Cowboys and the Saints. We're talking about the fight for 53 cornerbacks, and it's brought to us by Desert Financial Credit. So the mix, Sean Murphy Bunting is playing tonight as well, Sam. Notable because Garrett Williams, presumably your star past week, he's not suited up in playing in this game. As again, this is Jaden Wood. Angling off the right side to the 25.
Tampa Bay, and probably was his rookie year, my last year from last season, and so he's getting his feet under him. Keitrell Clark's another name that people need to know out of Louisville. We were talking about the top 2 names. Keitrell Clark's doing a great job as well.
Yeah, he started a half dozen games as a rookie a couple years ago. Again on the ground. This time, Robertson on the tackle after a gain of 3.
Last year, Garrett Williams played both inside and outside. With Williams coming off the PUP list, they're going to take it day by day, but the plan is to mostly keep him inside, so that'll be an interesting possible rotation.
Remember, he tore his Achilles last December. It is remarkable the progress he has made. 3rd and 3. Milton at time. Sideline, and racing down the sideline for the Dallas Cowboys is Camden Brown. The ball is loose and out of line. Camden Brown, the sensation in the receiver room, buying time and finding Brown in space.
Going back to that rush and coverage working together. They call that the B-gap hunt. Edge rusher goes too far upfield. There's no pressure upfield. And then the linebackers taking their eyes off of their work. So it's 2 breakdowns in coverage on the pass rush.
Here's Milton, 1st and goal from the 1. Quarterback keeper, QB draw, straight up the middle. And virtually on Dallas celebrating their 3rd touchdown in the 1st half.
That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
And again, the 6th, Camden Brown from Joe Milton, after Camden Brown had a pair of touchdown grabs against Seattle in Dallas's preseason opener, including a catch in the back of the end zone. Milton in this Dallas offense so far tonight looking. Brandon Aubrey on for the extra point. And he splits the uprights. 4 plays, 78 yards, and just come back out. Minshew 8 of 10 for 76 yards passing. Slipped and fell to the turf. Here's Zay Weaver, far sideline. Looking for room to run. He is upended. And somersault.
Play, and how did the big play happen? Number one, keep your eyes on safety Isaiah Oliver. We're going to watch him first, and then I'm going to show you how you don't keep your catch that receiver. What happens is the play breaks down, and then watch right there. Look at his eyes. His eyes are back on the quarterback instead of on his player. At that point, play's over. You trip, you slip, 69 yards later, nearly a touchdown.
All the way to the 1 yard line. Smith-Marset in motion to give Corey Kiner. He sheds a tackler, then is met and driven back. Gain of 4. This Cardinals faceted. If it isn't the wide zone, then it's between the tackles with duo, and you're pulling interior offensive linemen.
True, but the way outside linebackers have to be able to shut down the front side of that wide zone, and the backside has to chase. Number 2, for the inside zone, you have to get
in time. By Morton, throwing. He's got to be at the 40-yard line. It's Sean Bowman out across the 45. Sean Bowman out of Rutgers. 6'4", 249.
Yeah, spent time in the United Football League last season, Orlando Storm. Really good player. This defense that Arizona's facing is they're not letting anything over top. They have to shell over top, so we're seeing a whole lot of checkdowns.
With a gain of 14, Minshew under center this time. Kiner off tackle left, and plows through the tackler to Dallas to 7.
Kind of Vic Fangio, Christian Parker type of defense. There's always going to be one weakness, right? So there's going to be one person on the field that has a harder job. Fine. Maybe it's a safety that's one-on-one against a receiver. Maybe it's a linebacker that's one-on-one against a running back. They share that hard down, expose them.
Julius Wood making that tackle as Minshew to the air, rolls out. Once again, the tight end, Fairweather. Room to run. Cross gain of 13, move the chains.
And a LeBron celebration. Okay, Rivaldo, I see it. That clear out. Actually, really, it was Kobe first. Kobe did it first. LeBron kind of comes out patiently, and then he says, hey, ISO. You know, he didn't do the, what was it? Was it Amari Cooper? Somebody said, hey, I want a one-on-one tackle situation.
Minshew has the Cardinals on the move. First down at 10. Kiner. Room to run. Picking his way across the 30. Nice tackle in the preseason.
He is out of Cincinnati. He actually got a chance to call a couple of his games in college. He's a downhill runner. All you need is one cut and go. And that's exactly who Corey Kiner is. He does have the breakaway speed, not the biggest guy, but he's very decisive.
To you, then flourished at Cincy. Play fake. Minshew on the move. Throwing. Got Smith-Marset shy of the sticks.
5 or 6 receivers. Amir Smith-Marset out of Iowa. He's a returner as well, return specialist. But what was interesting, Paul, is he didn't put that much of an emphasis on special teams. Some coaches, they say, hey, man, we need that receiver to play on teams. LaFleur says, I want the receivers to go and catch the ball.
He is adamant about receivers blocking in the run game. 3rd and 3, can Kiner find some wing run? It does. It delivers a blow.
He's physical, low to the ground, 5'9". But these runs are really mentality. See the patience right there? Just that he's the one who's giving the contact. You don't want, as a runner, to accept contact. You want to make forcible contact. That's outstanding technique by Kiner.
In there, rolling right, bumping, scanning. Both these teams are really bullish on the depth in today's NFL. I mean, Sam, give me your opinion, but it just seems to be elevating year after year.
Well, it starts in college. Really, probably starts in really good in high school and then translates to college. It's different. It's easier to make a transition at receiver from high school to college or college to pros. 50 pounds. You have to be quick, fast, and that's what the receivers are.
2nd down and 10, Hall on the draw. Straight ahead.
Earlier, he's a safety for the Cowboys, not playing. And he was going against George Pickens, going against CeeDee Lamb. He also went against Jeremiah. Yep, and he said that Jeremiah Smith is just as good as those guys.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, he's saying Jeremiah Smith, Ohio State.
Oh, that's not for the last couple of years could have put the NFL on notice. That's that thing. At receiver, it's easier to make that transition.
Minshew, shotgun snap, throws across the middle, caught. Reggie Burgel, nice grab at the 6. Trey Wallace in motion. Kiner in the back. Minshew now has to tuck it, run it, and dives forward near the line of scrimmage.
They were trying to go back to Semi Fehoko, but Cowboys defensively said, I'm confident they were like, hey man, if we are not, we're gonna cut you. You know, Minshew wanted to go to it, it wasn't there. So good job by the defense. That's film review. Cowboys adjusted.
Even if they're not watching gold, they might have seen him in the Hall of Fame game on national TV. Kiner up the middle, trying to cram it vertical. closer look here, Sam.
Yeah,
gain of 5.
I'm running the same play. I mean, I'm setting it with no puller. So no puller, just everyone, some people call it a duo.
Wow. Are we sure that ball didn't cross the plate?
Got a challenge.
Wait for, yep, there's the challenge flag. Michael LaFleur, by the way, handling his own challenge. And sharing a moment with John Hussey right there. So the Cardinals
Arizona
in the middle
is challenging the ruling on the field that the runner
11 plays, 67 yards so far. We'll get a ruling when we come back to State Farm Stadium. Center, and he's going to dive forward quarterback sneak, but not before 2 flags fly.
start. Offense number 30 is down.
It's the running back, Corey Kine. Well, after 2 really clean games of football, Michael citing the false starts, the pre-snap penalties. I guarantee he's going to start this press conference tonight the same way.
And he may not stop talking. We talked to him this week because he felt that a sloppy practice. Well, it seems as if for the day that practice has translated to the game.
On 6, Minshew to the air, looking, time, now trying to buy more time. Pressure, and he's dropped. Down, loss of 8. There, and Minshew taken down.
And Tyrus Sweet, number 90. Notice him set the edge. Watch that beautiful bull rush. Perfect, but he doesn't. They call it a crush rush. Inside hand strong, crush the pocket, keep the quarterback contained, and LT Overton at Alabama does.
And in as well. Here's Chad Ryan, 31-yard field goal attempt. And that is good. The field goal out of it for the 17th year. Cigna Healthcare proud to support Kicks for Kids. Every successful Cardinals field goal helps benefit child parent centers and providing comprehensive early childhood education and family support services across southeastern Arizona for 60 years. When you get a situation, especially on offense in the pre-snap penalties, Sam, where it's a different guy, that's where it gets really frustrating for a head coach. Santan Ford scoring drive presented by Tim Hovick. Santan Ford right on the price, right on the corner to the Santan. 14 plays, 59 yards, 737. And the Chad Ryland, what was a 31-yard field goal.
You could argue that it's good that this is happening now in the preseason, so the players and the coaches know what kind of personality the team has. You start to buy. Piece of it, too, is you don't want to have this kind of sloppiness at all. So it's good that it's happening now. You don't want to have it at all in the last on the toilet. Even this first half, flush it, move on, finish the half strong for these last 4 minutes.
Ryland the kick. Jaden Blue just shy of his goal line. Up the numbers and across the 25 where he is met and thrown down. Oh, indeed, he got down. Have to go here in the first half after the return of 26.
Interesting to see the situational football. Usually, if you're up by 15, but this could be a great opportunity for both the Cowboys and the Cardinals to see their team in this end-of-half situation. So you practice these things, whether it's in games.
Dallas from its own 28, naked boot, Milton throwing, hit by Camden Brown, drilled.
It seemed like the same type of hit that we saw earlier, yet not a penalty. Outstanding play by Williams. Hits him in the midsection, a beautiful hit. That's football.
Whitehead Williams was in the news earlier this week, that ruling in college football. He might be second down and 3. He's given to Bull, stays on his feet, picks up the first down. Dominic Williams, gain of 6, and a fresh set of downs for Dallas.
Paul, unpopular opinion, but I have no issues with Whitehead Williams going back. They played NFL. He was just in college. Like if he, it's like he's not that far removed. Not like he's played 6 years in the NFL and he's going back. No, man, he's younger.
We should, you can have a talk in the hand